كيف الحال؟ يعطيكم الصحة. شكرا كثير لتواجدكم اليوم. أنا اسمي لين سمارة وأنا الأكاونت ديفلوبمنت مانجر لسبرينجر نيتشر بمنطقة الشرق الأوسط. رح أكون معكم اليوم، رح نحكي أكثر على سبرينجر نيتشر لينك بلاتفورم. بس بدي أعطي دقيقة ودقيقتين للناس اللي لسه عم بتحاول تو جوين الويبينار. نستناهم بس هيك لدقيقة أو دقيقتين. عنا أكثر من 40 شخص مسجل على الويبينار اليوم، فبس خلينا نستنى هيك دقيقة أو دقيقتين بين ما الباقي يشبكوا. بعرف مرات الجو تو ويبينار بياخد وقت على ما يشبك مع الناس اللي ما بيستخدموه بشكل دائم، فبس خلينا نستناكم شوي. بتمنى انكم تكونوا سامعيني كويس. اللي موجودين وسامعيني بتقدروا تحكوا لي اذا سامعين اسمي منيح. انا بصراحة رح اشيل هاي الباك جراوند، بحسها انها بتعمل هيك مرات صورة مش مزبوطة. ايوه هيك احسن. سامعيني كويس؟ بتقدروا تحكوا لي على الكويشنز اند انسرز بوكس او بتقدروا تعملوا thumbs up. هلو زينب. شور. يلا شوي وبنبدأ إن شاء الله. Zainab, you can unmute yourself please.
Hello.
أهلا أهلا.
مرحبا.
مرحبتين، أهلا وسهلا. سامعينك إحنا.
سامعيني؟ يا هلا هلا ومرحبا، كيف الحال؟
الحمد لله، الله يسعدك.
إن شاء الله نبتدي خلال نعطيهم بعد 1 minute more and then we can start.
تمام.
If you can, dear, start with introducing yourself, and I want to welcome everyone who joined us today, and welcome to today's Springer workshop organized by University of Bahrain Library in cooperation with Springer Nature. And thank you all for joining us today. And you can see the number who joined us, Lee.
تقريبا 18 شخص لهلا.
اوكي.
عندنا 42 تسجيل، فيعني بنعطيهم كمان دقيقة، ما في مشكلة.
Yes, dear.
Okay. Do you prefer if I speak in Arabic or in English? Let me know. I see names mostly are Arabic names. I'm happy to speak in both languages. If you need Arabic, English, let me know.
Yeah, because you saw the names who are registered already, and you can maybe find if there's any names like
the ones on the call for now, yeah, I think the ones on the call for now are all Arabic speakers. If you're not an Arabic speaker, if you do not understand Arabic, please tell me on the questions and answers box and I will go ahead in English.
Nice to see you.
This workshop is recorded. Okay, no one ما فيش حدا معترض على العربي يعني لهلا. I think we can رح نعملها both Arabic and English, so if someone wants to watch the recording, let them be able to watch the recording.
Please, it's better to make it because after all the names who are registered already, they will receive the recording
and the ones who missed it already also.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we start?
Yes, please. I will post all the information about how to access Springer via library website in the chat box. And please, you can start, dear.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me to be here today. Again, my name is Lin Samara. I'm the Account Development Manager for Springer Nature in the MEA region. I can be your support mate for knowing more about link.springer.com. I can give you some tips and tricks on publishing with Springer Nature. I'm not an editor, so I don't do that role, but I can at least guide you on how to find a journal that best fits your research. I've been also helping researchers in the Middle East and the Arab world to best benefit from the sources on Springer Nature platform. I will start by introducing Springer Nature to you, but let me share my screen first. Okay, and do you see my screen? Zainab, if you can confirm to me that you see my screen.
Yes, dear.
Thank you so much. All right, so I'm not going to speak a lot about Springer Nature history, how many divisions do we have, offices, but I'll go straight to the point. I know that you all know we're a publisher, an academic scientific publisher that we have started in Berlin more than 180 years ago. I belong to the research division that we will talk more about its offerings, which is mainly the ebooks and journals that you look into when you search through the Springer Nature link, and also that you can publish your research with. So I'm going to take you through later a Springer Nature link and look at the Springer Nature portfolio available for you that the University of Bahrain is subscribed to, which is mainly the Springer journals. We do offer journals, ebooks, databases, and research services, but I'll take you through the journals today, which is a diverse group of journals that covers STM and SS, and it's all available on link.springer.com, which is available through the e-library of University of Bahrain, and it is comprehensive, multidisciplinary collection of scholarly work. I'm not going to share more slides. Let's go and figure out the Springer Nature link. But let me first make sure that you have got the access information that Ms. Zainab has just shared on the chat box, and I'll copy and paste it to you on the chat box that everyone can access. So this is how you can access the Springer Nature resources available through University of Bahrain. Okay, so follow the steps that are mentioned by Ms. Zainab. You will land at Springer Nature link page. If you don't land at this page, you will just you'll just need to click on Springer Nature link, and then we will see this page. Okay, let me show you the page in general, the homepage, and then we will figure out every tab and how to best benefit from it in general. So here there is a tab specifically for finding a journal, and this is not to find a journal to search through. This is to find a journal to publish at. So find a journal here is to find a journal to publish at. Then you have some more information here about publishing with us. And if you already have a research that is submitted for publication, you can track your research here. Okay. So here is the main search box, which is very easy to use. We will just talk about that in a bit. And then here also there is more information about open access publishing if you're interested in publishing your research open access. And again, more information about publishing with us. If you are in the process of publishing or you are looking to publish your research with Springer Nature, if you click on this tab, here, you can see publish your research, publish an article, publish an ebook, and publish conference proceedings. There are guidelines, and there are also different important resources and very useful resources for you, like Early Career Resource Center, Open Access Publishing, knowledge resources, and author tutorials, and the customer support that are mentioned in here. So in order to know more about publish an article, there is a step-by-step guide mentioned in here that can guide you into the publishing information. Okay? And I'm just showing you this page. The goal is to figure out Springer Nature link, but this is also a very resourceful tab for you. So I just want you to know more about it. And then here are the steps of publishing an ebook if you are interested in that as well. All right, enough with publish your research. Let's go back to the home page. Always, always, as recommended by me, use the back button. Whenever you're using this website, just click back whenever you want to go back either to the home page or to your search results. Always use the back button, because sometimes if you use the logo to go back to the home page, you are shifted to another page. And under this tab here, you would see our brands, and every one of those has its own website that you can figure out if you want to check Springer, Nature Portfolio, BMC, Palgrave Macmillan, Discover, and APROS. And then at this tab here, which I think is a very good source of information for you if you are interested in publishing your research, you can see which journals has call for papers and for which topics exactly, and the deadline of submission. For example, just for the sake of example, this article collection here for SDGs, and here are the here's the participating journal and the articles and the topic exactly that they are looking for. So if you have a topic about this, please submit your article to this journal. This is not a guarantee of acceptance, but at least you know that your article is within the scope that the journal is looking for. So keep an eye for this one. If you are writing a research, maybe there is a journal that's looking for the topic that you are writing about exactly, and there is a call for paper for it. Also, you can opt out if you have an account to personalize the recommendation in here. Okay, and then there is here the trending research, which is updated regularly, but you see the trending research as per the altimetric score. Do you know what's the altimetric score? Are you familiar with altimetric? Altimetric is a different company than Springer Nature. It is a company that measures the social media engagement with the article. So if the article is for example, mentioned or tweeted or xed or like in the news, there will be a score for this article. And the higher the score is, the higher the altimetric score and the higher the engagement with the article is. So that's why it becomes a trending or a highly engaged with article. And here are some featured journals. You can browse by subject, but I would recommend for you to browse by from the search box. Okay, and featured books here, and then about Springer Nature link. I hope you're not bored yet. So if you are, please follow with me. We're gonna discuss more exciting topics in a bit. Can I ask you? I saw that you want the screen to be bigger, guys. You can maximize the screen as you choose. You can click on plus or minus or zoom in a little bit with your like cursor, and then it will be bigger. Maybe also if I turn my camera off, is it bigger if I turn my camera off? Okay, then you will not see my face, but you will hear my voice. So, may I know which specialties you come from? If you can share a topic that you're interested in, will you search on link.springer.com? I'll be happy to customize the search here according to your needs. So, as I just mentioned to you, let me just 1 second, let me close the annoying pop-ups. I am just closing the annoying pop-ups. Just give me a second. And we're gonna go back. Do you see link.springer.com again? All right. So if I have a subject that I want to look into and I want to find more information about it, like for example, let's say I want to look into artificial intelligence, okay? And all I need to do is write the topic that I'm looking for results for and then click search. By the way, I am logged in to link.springer.com as if I am from University of Bahrain. So what you're gonna see now is articles. Oh, I think I made a mistake. Artificial intelligence. So what you see now is articles that the University of Bahrain is subscribed to. Okay, so whatever you see as a subscribed to content is the content that you can download. Okay, for example, next to this article here, we do not see full access. It means that you still do not have full access to it. So for this article, for example, you see full access here. It means that you can download this article, but you can preview all articles. Okay, so as I just said, we are looking for an artificial intelligence. In University of Bahrain, you are subscribed to articles from Springer journals. So you will be seeing results for everything, but you can only download the articles that the university is subscribed to. For example, if you're only interested in the content that the university is subscribing to, unfortunately, there is no one filter that shows that, but we can eliminate or minimize the choices or filter the choices as much as possible. So let's filter with articles. And for example, the last 24 months or the last 2 years or the last 3 years, this depends on the information that you're, the new, like how updated you want the information you're looking for to be. And if you are fluent in any other languages, feel free to not filter for English, but I am only fluent in English and Arabic, and majority of the content, like 95% of the content is content that is in English. So I would recommend filtering for English. So if I want artificial intelligence to be about learning algorithms, or if it's related to education or related to pharmacy or related to, for example, engineering, I can filter through subjects and disciplines and subdisciplines. So, for example, if I don't want to choose here from the subjects, but I want to choose my discipline, I can go here and choose any of those disciplines. For example, education and a subdiscipline if I want to be it more related to, for example, um, like user interface and interaction, and then update the results. Always update the results. Okay, always click on updating the results, and here you would be seeing all the content that you have filtered, and then we eliminated the results so much, and now we can see the content that we can download. Okay, for example, this article we have access to it, and this article we have access to it. So let's see, all the articles are displayed in the same way. So this is the journal that published the article. Here's the article title, and here you can see when it was published, the volume, and you can download the citing the article. Okay, because you do have access to this article, you can see here the download PDF button. All right, and you can see the number of accesses or downloads and the citations, and if it's mentioned on social media, you will see the altimetric score of the article. If you do not have access and you cannot download the article, you can still see all the sections in here and read, for example, the abstract, the introduction, and the sections of the article. And all the articles on Springer Nature has a section that says about this article, where you can download the citation and see when the article was published, and the DOI link of the article, and the shareable link of the article. Why a shareable link of the article? Why don't you take, copy and paste the DOI link or download the article and share it with other colleagues or friends? Why? Anyone that can suggest to me? Okay, let me explain to you why. Because here you would only um, uh, copy and paste a shareable link that is trackable. So the author can know how many accesses the article has reached, and the author can know that the article has been viewed. The receiver of this link will be seeing the article as an image. You can download the PDF of the article and you can read through and copy and paste and this article, but they're not subscribers, so they can benefit from the information. Yet we can sustain the copyrights of the author and the copyrights of the publisher. Okay, if we're done with this article and you want to go back to your search results, if you click here, you're gonna lose all the filters that you have used, okay, that you have chosen. If you click back button, you're gonna click several times, but at least you will go to the same search results that you have found. If you want to keep a of those search results, you can download and you can also save the research. Save the article itself or save even a journal, okay? But you need to have an account. So here I am logged to an account. Zainab, if you see this, I'm logged into your account, not because I have the password, but because I can log to the librarian portal and view whatever you're viewing. So that's why Springer Nature Link is logged in to with your name. Forgive me for that, okay? So I don't have your password, but this is for the overview of what is accessing, okay? So how to create this link, how to create this account. All you need to do is log in with an email, Gmail, your work email, your Orchid account, create your password. But let me mention to you, this does not affect the content that you are subscribed to through University of Bahrain. This is only for you to save your search and to track your research if you have published a research with Springer Nature. Okay? Yes, are you still with me? Can I see some thumbs up? Are you following? Anyone is bored? Anyone is bored? You can say, yes. Yeah? Okay, let's continue then. So as I just mentioned, go back with the back button and you will land back search page that you see here. Okay? Or if I want to change any of those filters, can I do that? Yes, of course. All you need to do is click X on the filter that you do not want to use. One tip from my end is do not use so many filters in the beginning. Like start broad and then use the filters that you are looking for. Okay? For example, if I want to search for another topic and I go here, let me show you what will happen, because sometimes the system would still pick up on the filters and artificial intelligence or the topic that you have entered in the beginning. For example, here, I'm gonna look for pharmacy. And as you can see, the filters are still picked up. It only changed the topic in here. So there is a limitation on the results. If you want to do a total no search, go back to the home page, click on the logo, go back to the home page and do your search from here. And see the difference in the results numbers here. See, the articles now are 114,000 articles almost. Okay? Again, choose another filter or choose more filters here. Look into topics that are related. For example, if you want pharmacy speaking about drugs, pharmacoeconomics, let's try and do a lot of filters, okay? So here, biomedicine as well, and pharmacology, toxicology, pharmacy, and internal medicine. Update the results. Let's see. See, I eliminated the results to 2000 plus results. Why? Because I used so many filters. Sometimes you would get like an article or two on the topic. Just to let you know, open access articles and subscription articles, they are displayed exactly the same. For example, this article is an open access article as mentioned under the article, and see it's displayed in the same way. As I just mentioned before, if you have an account, you can save this article in your research saved. For example, if I save this article and go to saved research here, you would see this saved article, and you can remove any article you want very easily. All right, let's go back. This is an open access article. As you can see, it's mentioned here. It is an open access article. If the article is not open access like this one, you wouldn't see an open access mentioned next to it, but you will see full access because you have subscription to this article and you can download the article. Okay. And you can, as I mentioned, even if you don't have access to the article and you cannot download it, there is no download PDF article, you can still check all the sections in here. So you can still read the abstract, the introduction, the discussion, the references. And then if you like the article, you can download the article. All right. And as I just mentioned before, if there is any social media interaction with the article, you would see it mentioned in the altimetric score, and you can see all the details of the interaction with an article mentioned in here, number of accesses, which is the downloads, the citations, and the altimetric score. So 4 tweets and 15 mentions on Mendeley. Okay. Let's go back and let me show you the advanced search results, and then we can discuss find a journal. So here, under the search box here, you can see advanced search result. So you can either click on advanced search directly and check any topic. And here, or even in the back homepage search box, you can use and or when you search, or between brackets, or between quotations. For example, let's see. I want to go to the advanced search also to show you everything. So for example, let's say, like what's a trending topic other than war these days? Let's say, marketing and consumer behavior. Okay? Or if you want to write behavior this way, it depends. And you want the title to have strategy. But here also, if you do filter a lot, or if you do like add so many information in here, you might confuse, you might get very minimal results. Like let's say last 24 months. And if there is a certain journal that you want results from, you can mention the name of the journal, an author as well. And then here, click search and see, we got like 168 articles. Sorry, not articles. I can now filter for articles and update the research results. And now we have 80 articles. Those articles mentions marketing strategy and consumer behavior. So I made it clear that I want marketing strategy and consumer behavior. Again, I can either save the search, I can download it, or download the PDF or save the list of the results in my saved research. Okay? Right, let's do more. For example, here, I can clear all of the advanced search and all the filters, meaning, and then I can do another advanced search here. For example, I can change totally, or I can go back to the home page, which I recommend, and do another advanced research. Let me show you one thing. For example, I want a certain title that says Al teaching, or let's say social media algorithm. Okay, and I use the quotation marks, and then I clicked search. See, the title here has social media algorithm. It specifically shows me the social media algorithm. Okay, and it's a chapter, so you may not be seeing the download PDF here. So usually chapters, you see the download under the abstract, but then because there's no subscription, you cannot download this chapter. Okay. Again, library management, and not, for example, classroom. Let's say the title has to have electronic, and you can choose any other filter, but I just want to show you. Here, see, this is an article that you can into. It eliminates a lot the results. That's why if you're very teacher, all right, I want to discuss with you later, or now actually, after this, after like a short breath, the find a journal section. But let me know if you have any questions, any concerns, or okay, Ms. Zainab is saying if the full text is not available, you can request it via the e-library, and I'm gonna share with you the text that she just sent, and you can request the content that you don't have access to. So still with me? Ready to go check the find a journal?
Yes, dear, because I have received this question regarding the journal that University of Bahrain Library subscribes to on Springer. If you can show us this part.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay. Any thumbs up that I can see, so I know that you're still following, guys? I don't see you, so I like some interaction. Maybe I feel like more into an interactive session. Okay, let's see the find a journal. So as I just mentioned to you earlier, if we land at this home page, you can see here, find a journal. And this is a find a journal option for you to publish at. And this is not a find a journal for you to search through, okay? There is a list of A to Z journals mentioned here that lists all the journals available by Springer Nature, okay? But I want you to find journals that are relevant for you if you want to publish your research. So this is called the Journal and Funding Finder. Why funding? Because you may be interested in publishing open access, and you may need funding to publish open access, okay? And all you need here is to choose University of Bahrain, and the institution may not be listed. Why? Because there is no open access agreement at the moment between University of Bahrain and Springer Nature. So there is no funding agreement. That's why you did not find it as listed in here. Okay? It's not that we're not recognizing it, but it's just because there is no current agreement at the moment. Okay? So here, if you want to find relevant journal for your research to publish at, all you need to do is make sure that you have an abstract that reflects the topic or the scope of your article very accurately, okay? Or you have a manuscript title or keywords that are very relevant to your journals, to your article's scope. For example, your article is about cancer cells, for example, radiology, for example, also radiology, lungs, and about therapy, and about drug safety, and about patient history, or let's say patient allergy. Okay? You can click here on find a journal. All right? And then you will get a list of suggested journals by relevance mentioned to you here. So there are journals mentioned by relevance, okay? And then you can see if you have funding, if there is funding, if there is submission to first to date, if there are downloads, if they are, sorry, you can list them by downloads, by the impact factor, by the funding, or the decision date. Okay, I added so many filters. Okay, and then if you want to choose to go, for example, like with fewer keywords and see if there are difference, or change the keywords and see if there is a difference in the suggested list of journals. For example, check here the suggested list of journals and see the difference, and see that there is a difference in the suggested list of journals. Okay, so make sure that the keywords that you are using, or the abstract, or the title reflects exactly the scope of the journal. For example, I'm going to add also one more filter, toxicology, and let's say drug therapy, or radiology. Okay, and again here we do see very similar, for example, list suggested for us. And now take a look at each of those, one of those journals. Check the journal impact factor, check the downloads and the submission to first decision date. This is a median. And also see the keywords of the scope of the journal that's covered here. Okay. And the publishing model. Why I recommend highly for you to check the publishing model before you choose any journal to publish at. Because if it's a publishing model that is hybrid, you have the option to either publish open access or publish subscription module. If you choose to publish open access, mainly in hybrid journals, you have the right to choose. You can't choose between the two options. Open access, you have to pay the fees for publishing open access, and hybrid, you can publish. In the hybrid, you can publish subscription module and not pay any fees. But if the publishing model of the journal, like the one here, like this one, it's a fully open access journal. You have to pay for the publishing fees. So make sure that you are choosing a journal that you know that you can either publish open access with or a subscription module. If you want to publish with any of those articles, click on the article of those journals, sorry, click on it and see here you can submit your manuscript and follow all the steps for that. But I highly recommend for you to read about the journal and check the scope of the journal before you take the decision. Also check if they have any calls for papers. If this is a journal you're highly interested in, you can sign up for alerts by the journal. Okay. Also, a recommendation for you, check the articles that are published on the journal and see if they are very similar to the scope of your articles. Okay. And here, for all the authors, you can check the checklist and the guidelines and how to publish with us. So this is very helpful for you if you want to save yourself time when you submit an article for publishing. And then here you can submit your manuscript very easily, and you need to check, okay, the guidelines. And here you can choose the article type and then start the submission process. All right. Is it clear? Would you like to search for different journals? It's all the same concept, like you can follow the same concept over and over, and then you can find the journal that's relevant for you. For example, here, like if I want digital marketing, social media strategy and budgeting, and I click find a journal. See, I got a list of journals that are suggested to me, and I can check those, check their scope, and then decide if I want to submit my article here or not. Okay, one thing I showed you the track your research. I can log into another account, but it's gonna take some time because I hope it logs out easily. If it doesn't, we will have to stick with Ms. Zainab's account. Ms. Zainab, sorry, I'm using your account. But if you have any submitted articles here, you would see the articles submitted and the published articles, and you can have the chance to publish. Here there is a problem, yes, but this option here, promote your latest article. If you have a published article, this feature helps you get social media, suggested social media posts to um, uh, promote your articles on social media if you want further attention to your articles. And then here you can see suggested journals for your next submission and the calls for papers that are relevant for you. And you can opt out for personalized recommendations that are related to your interest and to your research field. Here, if I click the logo, I will not go back to the homepage. So I need to log into link.springer.com again. Okay. Or click the back button. That's why I'm always in favor of using the back button here. I think I covered all the topics that I want to cover. If you have any questions, it's time for questions and answers, and let me know if you need any help or any specific information with link.springer.com so I can support you with further with that.
Thank you, dearly. I have a question regarding the creating a Springer account. You recommend to create account with our institutional email, or it's optional?
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. Yes,
Yes.
it's optional. You can choose to create with your institutional email. We allow Gmail and we allow Orchid. I recommend if you have an Orchid account and have an Orchid account, please, as a researcher, use your Orchid account because it's also gonna help you connect to research communities and that are very similar to your field of research. You can still also use your Gmail account, and it's up to you. Your institutional account is also allowed, but if you want to keep a personal track of all your stuff or an academic track of all your stuff, maybe use Orchid. That's my personal recommendation.
Yeah, but it's better also to use for sending like a set alert with the institution email better than like for our subscribed journals. Some
Uh,
sometimes like for new articles to receive.
Yes, yes. It's up. It's actually this is specifically for the articles that are under submitted for publishing, articles that are published, and you want to see the usage. So it's up to you. And also, if you want to use the institutional account, of course, and it has its own benefits, of course, yes, use your institutional account. Any further questions? Any other questions? There is a questions and answers box on GoToWebinar that you can use if you have any specific questions about how to use the platform, about recommendations. Um, Please feel free to do so if you have any questions. If not, I'm going to leave you my email in the chat box. Maybe not now, in the future, you may have a question for me. So I left you my email. If you have questions in the future, feel free to send me any question whenever you feel that you are stuck with something. Maybe I can help.
Yes, please share your if you have any question or comments, you can raise your hand or to unmute yourself or to ask. I think there is no question.
Mhm.
Yeah, can you hear me, Miss Lee?
Sorry?
Can you hear me or
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
yes? Yeah, okay.
Yes, clearly. All right. If there are no questions, I'm gonna be here for the coming 3 4 minutes. If you remember anything, if not, I will thank you all and wish you a very good rest of the day. And thank you for inviting me. And I hope you enjoyed this. And the
Yes.
recording will be shared later on with you along with the certificates. And your name is going to be written exactly the same way that you have chosen to write it when you registered to the session. The email will be sent, I think, tomorrow or after tomorrow.
Thank you, dear Lean, and thank you all for joining today's workshop. And we hope it was useful and helped you to understand how to use Springer Nature in your research. And please find I already post the steps of how to log into our library website on the chat box, and I will share all the information with you by email. And special thank you, Ms. Lean, for your presentation and for your time. And for all, please feel free to contact the library if you need any help or you have any question. Uh, it's already library at uob.edu.ph. If you can send us any question you have.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you all.
I'm gonna mute myself and stay a couple of more minutes if you remember any question. If not, I'll just log off and end the webinar for all. Thank you. اوكي، السلام عليكم، يعطيكم العافية وبتمنى لكم بقية نهار سعيد. باي باي.
شكرا. شكرا أستاذ لي.